So the fucking story time is, if I'm not a complete dumbass and put the actual title, it'd be like something along the lines of I paid for somebody's medical bills, and a little background on that. Like, some people might think it's all wholesome and everything. It's not even close. Yeah, no, it's nowhere near wholesome or anything. Nothing charity work or anything like that. It has to do with me being in high school, and more background on that. I was not a good kid at all. Like, talking back to teachers, fucking always picking fights with everybody. What the fuck is this? Oh my gosh. Okay, that was interesting. But yeah, picking fights with people. I was like the degenerate dumbass in the classroom, fucking class clown or whatever you want to call it. And it was during my junior year, my very first period was a student aid period, and I chose my student aid teacher to be my PE teacher, or like basketball coach or whatever. Oh my gosh, that was disgusting. About to hit something. No, don't sell, don't sell. I sold it. Okay. Anyway, I had my PE teacher, PE coach, whatever you want to call it, as my student aid. Like, I was their student aid. And so, like, I would just do normal PE shit right when you wake up in the morning. I'm not a morning person at all. Never have, never probably will be. If you add, like, normal PE shit, like sports and everything in it, and I'm, like, being super competitive. You can tell by me playing this dog shit ass game right now. Okay, what the fuck? But yeah, highly fucking competitive, especially in sports and everything like that. Pretty much everything that has to do with competition. Like, I'm a pretty fucking competitive person. It was the second to last day of school. Like, if you get in trouble on the second to last day of school or the last day of school, you're a complete fucking dumbass. Speaking from a complete fucking dumbass, I was in my student aid period, aka PE. That's all it pretty much was for me. It was kind of like a free period where, like, you just had to be doing something. You couldn't be standing around. And I was playing basketball. Like I said, I'm highly competitive. It was a pretty intense game of basketball, like it always was for our class. And there was a ball that came flying at me. It hit me, and I just casually walk over and ask to where I felt that it came from. I legit just turn around and ask, like, who threw that shit, right? Maybe not that mean, but I just asked who threw it. Everybody pointed at this one kid. Now, to give you some insight about this one kid, he is a piece of shit, for one. For two, he has confidence that, like, no kid should have at that age. Like, a smirky, I'll beat the fuck out of you. Well, I mean, okay, maybe not that, but like a snarky ass attitude. Like, he's been alive for like 47 years or some dumb shit like that. And this kid and I already had like somewhat of a history, because he would always do some dumb shit in my student aid period, so I would need to help the coach out if the coach didn't see it and everything, and tell the dude to stop being a fucking dumbass. He also liked to ask girls for some, like, revealing pictures, or like some noodles, as the internet calls it now, or TikTok fucking calls it. One of those people that he asked was my little sister. I was aware of it, but wasn't, because she didn't know the dude's name. She just knew I had a class with him, and I already confronted about him once, politely. I was like, yo, like, stop being weird towards my sister and everything, and all the rest of these girls. Because the thing about me was, I was into sports. I was loud as fuck. I played loud ass fucking gangster music all the fucking time in the hallways. Got in trouble all the time. So pretty much everybody knew me. I was just one of those people. The one that you'll like or you won't like. It's a hit or miss. So I already asked him to stop, just for my sister's sake and her friends. Oh my fucking, okay. That should have been a clip. Oh well. But I already asked the dude to stop. Politely. Like, I was like, yo, stop like fucking with my sister and stop fucking with, ooh, my little 2-piece there. Should have been a 3-piece, but you know, I digress. But I just simply asked him to stop fucking with my sister. What's gonna happen probably is what you're thinking and probably not what you're thinking. So you hit with the ball, everybody immediately points to this kid. I'm already amped up, and then I'm already pissed that I got hit with the ball because, again, competitive game of basketball going on. Plus, it's the same kid who keeps fucking with my sister and everything. Like, there was a lot going on in my fucking teenage years. I was going through it. So, fast forward, literally like 5 minutes later, right? Don't do anything. I'll walk up, I give the ball back. I don't do anything. And then I go back to playing my basketball game. 5 minutes later, same ball hits me, same exact spot. It's the same kid everybody's pointing at. I told the kid, I was like, bro, fucking stop throwing it at me. And if you're gonna keep hitting me, go the fuck away. Now, most people would be thinking at this point, oh, it's probably an accident, he's probably playing a game or anything like that. No, 1000% no. So if we fast forward again, I'm about to go back into school like a week or two right before school starts, and I'm going back into school. So the administrators call my parents, tell me to come in to the office 2 weeks before school for a little chit chat, a little conversation that they want to have with me, right? So we go in and everything, and I watch back exactly what happens and where it happens, so I know it wasn't an accident at all. And we go back. I just tell him to fucking stop. Like, I'm getting a little annoyed at this point because I'm just trying to do my own thing, trying to play basketball or whatever. And kid is being a little shit. So the third time it happens is like 15 minutes later. It's literally like halfway through the period. Like, it happens again. So this time I'm annoyed. I'm like, I'm like actually fucking annoyed and fucking kind of irritated and pissed off already. I was like, bro, you better stop fucking throwing this ball at me, or something else might happen, right? You know, you guys know what I'm getting at. Like, something else, you can kind of pick up like what I'm saying. So yeah, I go to the kid, tell him to fucking stop. Like, I'm actually annoyed at this point, and you know, just keeping myself calm, because back when I was younger, especially in my teenage years and especially in high school and everything like that, I was a hot-headed motherfucker. Like, I still am. I have a short fuse. I can't do anything about that. I have a short fuse. I try to be as patient as possible, but like, I get pissed so quickly, and I'm trying to work on that, and I know that that's not a good thing. But like, if I'm in a competitive setting, oh, it's bound to fucking happen. If I'm in a competitive environment, I'm gonna get pissed because I want to win. I need to win. There's no doubt about it. I try to keep my cool, and the kid looks at me dead in the eyes, puffing out his chest like that's gonna do anything for his situation. A little personal info: I am 6 foot and like 260 pounds, right? 265, maybe more, maybe less. I haven't weighed myself in quite a while, but back then I was probably 6 foot and 235 pounds, right? I know, still pretty big guy, decently big guy. Should have been a fucking D1 lineman, but I'm not. I'm here. I'm fucking playing games and talking to myself. So, yeah. And as for this kid, he was like, fuck, maybe like 5'5" on a good day. Well, yeah, like 5'5", 5'6" on a good day. He fucking puffs out his chest, looks me dead in my eyes with the straightest face possible, and like the balls of steel. Like, he had balls the size of Superman's balls.
What? What the fuck?
Or like the integrity of Superman's balls. Because without fear or hesitation, he just says, shut the fuck up and go back to what the fuck you were doing. And in my head, I was like, there is no way this little fucking scrawny ass motherfucker just said that to me. Like, I'm playing it back full force. Like, I'm playing it back so many times in my head to make sure he said that shit right. Like, to me, somebody double his size, double his weight, double his everything, and he says that shit to me. Like it was nothing. Like, he just did not give a fucking care in the world. So, in the 2 seconds it took me to process, which felt like 5 fucking minutes to me, he says it again. He was like, go back to playing basketball, you bitch. And if you guys ever seen the fucking Dragon Ball Z series or know anything about Dragon Ball Z, you know how when they turn Super Saiyan, it's because they get really mad and like they have like that, especially like Gohan and shit, where he has like that red snap line and the ominous music plays like when Cell killed Android 16 and everything. And then like even recently, like what happened to Piccolo to make him go beast form. Yeah, imagine that, but in real life. That was me. Like, one of my biggest things is you can call me anything you want. Literally almost anything you want, except for one thing. And one thing only. I hate being called a bitch. I don't know why. I've always fucking hated it. Don't call me a bitch. So, yeah, that Gohan snap, that happened to me in real life. And in a matter of, I want to say, a minute, less than that, I picked this kid up, slammed the fuck out of him in the hardwood floor of the gym and everything. And then I think I like wailed on him, like gave him a good 4 or 5 punches, right? And then I just walk over him and go sit down because I knew what I did, right? Like, one thing about me is I always take accountability no matter what I did. But like, I knew what I did. I knew I was gonna get in trouble, get suspended. There was no way. Like, I didn't even look at the kid right after that. Like, I didn't know if he was bleeding. I didn't know what happened. Like, I didn't know anything like that. All I did was lift him up, slammed him 4 or 5 times, right? Just like left, right, like type shit. Like I was Rampage Jackson from the UFC, or like when he, like, you know, slams somebody and then just starts going ham on him.
He's got to get out. Try. Oh, Dan, I told you he'd pick him up and slam him to the piece.
Yeah, that was me. I was like a pseudo Rampage Jackson for no reason. And I know what I did was wrong, so that's why I went to go sit out in the lobby of our gym. And the student, my student aid teacher, comes out and looks at me and she's like, really? Really? You're going to do that second to last day of school? I was like, look, coach, it's not my fault. I was like, look, coach, I'm sorry. I know what I did was wrong. That's why I came out here. I do what you need to do, and I do apologize for what happened. Somebody escorts me to the office, and then I'm sitting in there for like hours, a good probably like 3 hours. And like I said, everybody knew me, even the administrators, because I would always get in trouble, or like I'd always be like cracking jokes at them and playing music and shit, like doing something to be noticed by like administrators, teachers, and everything like that. So everybody comes up and asks me like, what did you do? Like, what did you do now? I was kind of embarrassed to tell them that like I just beat the fuck out of a kid. Like, genuinely kind of embarrassed. And I got into a fight. But it wasn't more like, I wouldn't necessarily call it a fight. I'd call it more like a beatdown because it was only one-sided. Thinking about it now and like retelling the story, it makes me sound like a bully, which I'm not. I hated bullies. Like, if you bullied somebody, go fuck yourself. You have no life. But yeah, so obviously I get suspended on the second to last day of school, being a dumbass. As I'm leaving school, or like as I get home and everything, people are just blowing up my phone telling me, oh, this kid got glass in his eyes because the kid wore glasses. I don't think I mentioned that, but he did. He wore glasses. And they're like, people said that he has glass in his eyes, that he was bleeding everywhere. My punishment for all of that was to pay for new glasses for him and be suspended until the next week. So we fast forward all through summer and everything. Summer was kind of boring. Like, my parents said I was grounded, but I kept going out to my cousin's house because they couldn't stop. They legit could not stop me from going, right? So the whole summer I was always at my cousin's house. Like, my aunt and uncle did not give a fuck. Like, they cared. They obviously was like, you know, that was wrong of you, right? And I was like, yes I do. And they were like, okay, that's fine. You've been punished enough by taking your hard-earned money and having to pay for that. That was your punishment. I was like, ooh, cool, thanks. So then they practically let me do whatever I want. I practically lived there the whole fucking summer, that summer. So when I fast forward through the summer and everything, like I said, it was pretty boring, but pretty chill because I actually got to do things and be with family and like hang out with my cousin who's like a brother to me. So it's like my best friend right there, like 5 feet away, right? And so get back to school, right? The first day of school, the principal and the vice principal come up to me and were like, look, let's not have a repeat of what happened last year. The kid's parents actually took him out of school, that school, because he felt unsafe, even though the whole thing was because he's a weirdo, a creep, and like had balls of steel pretty much, and called me a bitch. Don't forget that one. So the parents took him out of school, that specific school, my school, and they were like, if you ever feel that angry again, just come to one of our offices. And I was like, okay, don't worry. I think everything should be fine now, right? So everybody in the whole school, when I came back, literally fucking just tweaked out that I was back. They're like, oh my god, you weren't supposed to come to school for like another week or so. That's what we heard. That's what all these teachers were saying, and everybody was saying you weren't supposed to be here today. But yeah, like a bunch of motherfuckers started tweaking out. Like, people like I knew but didn't really like text or anything like that after high school, or not high school, but like outside of school. Like, I never really hung out with them or anything like that, but they were all tweaking that I was back. Oh, what the fuck? So yeah, that is the story how I paid for somebody else's medical bills, or you can pretty much call it a medical expense. I'm not proud of that moment. I just thought it would make a funny like story time video and be like, play Call of Duty in the background, maybe rage a little bit, maybe hit a clip, you never know. But I'm just ass at this game.